Hey, welcome to The Explainer. If you're running an e-commerce store, you know you're juggling a million things at once. And marketing, well, that's a huge one. Today, we're going to cut through all the noise around one of the most powerful tools for your growth, SEO. Let's break down exactly how you can make it work for your store, nice and simple.
I know what you're probably thinking. With Instagram shops, TikTok campaigns, all this flashy stuff, does old school SEO even matter anymore? And you know what? It's a fair question. It can feel like a ton of work compared to just, boosting a post. But get this. Here's a number that should really make you pause. A massive 44% of people, they start their online shopping journey with a search engine. That's nearly half of your potential customers. That is a huge audience you just can't afford to ignore. So that brings us to our first big point. SEO is way more than just relevant. It's the steady, reliable engine for your store's growth. This isn't about quick, flashy wins. We're talking about building a solid foundation for real, long-term success.
Think about it this way, right? Social media ads are kind of like a faucet. The second you stop paying, the traffic stops flowing. It's just off. But SEO, that's like building a well. Yeah, it takes more effort upfront to dig it, but once it's built, it provides this natural, steady stream of customers without you having to pay for every single click.
So where do you even start building that well? Well, it all begins with mastering keywords. This is the absolute foundation of everything in SEO. It's all about figuring out the exact words your customers are typing into that search bar right before they're ready to buy. And here's a little secret for finding the best ones. You don't need a bunch of expensive tools or some data science degree. Nope. You just need to spy on the biggest player in the e-commerce game.
Okay, here's exactly what you do. Go to Amazon and just start typing in a product you sell. See those autofill suggestions that pop up? That is not a guess. That, my friends, is a goldmine of what real people are actively searching for. These are your high-intent keywords, the exact phrases people use right before they click Buy Now.
Now, once you have these keywords, it's so important to know how to use them. You can basically split them into two camps. You've got your informational keywords, things like how to choose a running shoe. These are perfect for blog posts to attract people who are just starting their research. But those high-intent keywords we just found, something like best running shoe for flat feet, those belong directly on your product pages. That's what drives the sale.
Finding the right keywords, that's half the battle. Now you gotta actually use them to make your store irresistible to both shoppers and, of course, to Google. And that leads us right into our next section, optimizing your website itself.
Let's talk about your product descriptions. These things are SEO gold mines. You have to go way beyond just a clear price and some great photos. Weave your keywords into the product titles and the image alt text. But most importantly, write descriptions that are genuinely helpful. Descriptions that actually answer your customers' questions. That's what search engines and your shoppers love to see.
But great on-page SEO is more than just scattering keywords around. Your site's technical health. That's the foundation for everything else. Seriously, if that foundation is shaky, the rest of it just doesn't matter. This is what we call technical SEO.
I mean, just look at this example. A long, confusing URL with a bunch of random numbers isn't just ugly. It totally confuses users and search engines. A clean, short URL that actually includes the product name? That's a huge win-win. It tells everyone, including Google, exactly what the page is about before they even click.
Okay, so you've got your keywords down, and your website is optimized. What's next? Well, our next section is all about building your store's reputation across the web. This is what's called off-page SEO, and it's how you prove to the world that your site is trustworthy and an authority in its space.
And the most powerful tool for this is something called backlinks. The best way to think of a backlink is like a vote of confidence. When another high-quality, relevant website links to your store, they're basically telling Google, hey, this site is legit. You should trust it. The more of those votes you get, the higher Google is going to rank you. Simple as that. And you can absolutely earn these. This isn't some dark art. You can write guest posts for blogs in your niche, get your products featured on review sites, or just reach out to publishers with great content ideas. It's really all about providing value and building real relationships.
All right, we have covered a lot. Keywords, site optimization,
building authority. Now let's pull it all together into an actionable checklist you can start using today.
This right here, this is your blueprint. Start with the core content, relevant keywords woven into meaningful content, all sitting on a clean site structure. Then, you gotta focus on the user experience. Make sure your site is fast, mobile-friendly, and secure with HTTPS. And finally, handle the technical stuff, like proper tags. And please, install Google Analytics so you can actually track your progress.
So, if there's one single thing to remember from all of this, it's this. SEO is not a quick hack. It's a long-term strategy. The work you put in upfront, with your keywords, with your site, with your online authority, it builds an engine that brings in new customers day after day. It's how you truly and sustainably level up your e-commerce game.
And that really brings us to the final question. Right now, this very second, people are searching online for the exact products that you sell. The only question is, will they find you or will they find your competition? The choice is yours.